Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Hey, Melissa. First one dropped down in the chat. Everybody already know you're welcome in the chat. Make sure you stop and drop what you're doing. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here, please and thank you very much. And always feel free to donate to the panel. $ the hood table 402. That's if y'all be having any money left after y'all be giving away to everybody else. I just have to say that because the topic for the last 24 to 36 hours has been on certain things, including pocket watching. And no, I don't be pocket watching. I just said that shit to be funny. Okay. All right. But I saw this funny ass post on Facebook that one of my Facebook friends posted, and I had to repost it. I thought it was really funny. Stop asking single people if we are okay. We been good in the hood. Are y'all okay? Because y'all been stuck in the house with a motherfucker y'all don't like. Not us. No. I thought that was so funny. I just had to repost it, so I reposted it on IG and shit everywhere else too. But what up, Mel? How you doing, love? I did pin the StreamYard link just in case anybody wants to hit the link with me. If not, y'all know I'll be up here by my motherfucking self doing my thug thizzle, okay, on the commentary. But yeah, so let's get it started. So this morning on my lunch break, I went live for 15 minutes during my lunch break because I could not believe what I had heard over on Rick Reed's. Rick Reed went live last night, but I didn't see it till this morning. And so as soon as my break came, I said, let me start this live because I got to say this real quick. But y'all, if y'all missed that, Rick Reed was live last night. Lemon had hit him up behind the scenes on Discord because he well, okay, so he has seen Rick on Ness's panel, and I guess Rick was talking about him. But even before that, Lemon, he has, been shading Rick and saying different things about Rick, and Rick don't really fuck with him like that. He don't watch him like that, unless somebody be like, Rick, you gotta get over there. The nigga said something about you, or something, that he needs to see. And so Lemon, 5 days ago or whatnot, he was just going on and on for like a good 20, 30 minutes, just telling every which way he's going to beat Rick Reed down and fuck him up and drag him and pack him up, send him home to his mama. I mean, just going in. Where we going to meet up? All this kind of, I whoop your ass. Can't nobody fuck with me. Y'all remember all that shit, right? So Rick, he had some words to say about him, on his panel. Nigga, you don't want none. You don't want that smoke. You know how Rick gives it up. And a lot of people think, this is just for entertainment purposes for the new show with King Payne. So I'm pretty sure Rick Reed knows this nigga really don't want no smoke with him. I'm pretty sure the way that Lemon has been behaving, a lot of people is like, this is not Lemon. This is the worst of Lemon we've ever seen. The nigga said once upon a time he wasn't drinking no more, especially around the time he had to go to court. And now it seems like he is drunk. Like either he's faking it or he's really drunk, and not just during his shows, but throughout the motherfucking day. Like, he's hitting panels early in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. He's on at night, and every fucking panel he hit, he just sound like he just white girl wasted, slurring his words, rolling his words, drooling, and just in his 50 different 11 accents. We don't know where this nigga from. Is he really in Cali? Child. One day he sound like he from Boston, then Philly, then New York, then Cali, then I don't know. But yeah, so then I get up after I do the little live this morning, the quickie live on my break. And make sure y'all like and share the video, please and thank you. Feel free to hit the Cash App. You said he ended that live, so yes, because he had to handle some business. And some of it was behind the scenes. Like, him and Ness had fell out. Then Rick was on Ness panel. He was upset with that. Then he was making all these outbound calls to motherfuckers on Discord last night, hitting panels. He hit Jay Wilson panel. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on with him? Did y'all hear Lovely Love ask him last night when he was on Jay Wilson panel? She said, no, was that this morning? Was it this morning? Damn it, was it this morning? Oh, fuck. Jay Wilson went live twice. He went live last night, and then he also went live this morning. But Lovely Love had asked him, nigga, are you drunk? She was like, are you drunk? And at first he was like, you know how he be. I'm like, dang, if he's really acting, he really needs to go back and retake some of those acting classes from, that he said he took when he was in high school. Because I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I can't tell if he's drunk. Sometimes it seems like he's just fucking playing on our top. Just, I don't know. He says he told Jay Wilson that he be in this character. And yeah, I think that was last night. Lovely Love said, are you drunk? Yep, because he had hit him up around the same time he hit up Rick Reed. And so Lovely Love said, are you drunk? And he was like, yeah, bitch. Lovely Love, like, I know a drunk when I see a drunk. She said, and I should know because I am, she's like, oh, no, I used to be. Jay Wilson it was like, used to be. Lovely set herself up for that one because we know Lovely Love has told us that she's no longer alcohol. Even though that's something like, when they say like you're an alcoholic or you're a crackhead or you're a, whatever. Most people say I'm recovering. They say you'll always be that person, but you'll be in recovering mode all the time when you're not technically on the bottle or on the pipe or, but anyway, she was like, basically a drunk knows a drunk. A crackhead can recognize a crackhead. A deadbeat can recognize a deadbeat, nigga. That's basically what Lovely was saying. And he was like, yeah, bitch, I'm drunk. But I don't know. If y'all watched it, do y'all think he was drunk or not? Even when he was on Jay Wilson panel today, he sounded like he was drunk. I said, there's no way this nigga could be drunk all motherfucking day. There's no way. No way. Like, he needs to, if he needs to give his liver a break. I don't know what it is. The infatuation with coming on live, drunk as fuck. Even if this is a character that he claims to be in, it's not a cool character to be in. You say he ended his live so quick last night, it wasn't even 2 hours after Ness and him fell out. You say, yeah, it seems like he did a behind the scenes. Yes, he did a behind the scenes tour last night. And he showed himself to Jay Wilson. He showed himself to Rick Reed. Rick Reed said he was begging him. Look at the screen, Rick Reed. Look at the phone. Look at me. Ain't I sexy? Ain't I fine? Don't I look good? Rick Reed was trying to drive. He said he had the phone sitting down like on the seat. Or in the cubby or in a phone holder or something. Rick said he kept begging him, look at the phone, look at me. You know what? Jay Wilson had me cracking up because when he was on his live, he said, you know what, nigga? I'm here for my coin. Coins keep me near. I ain't here for all this old damn emotional crying ass shit. Child, Lemon sounded like he was drunk, crying, and everything, y'all. I was like, my God, today. You said he did admit on his lie that he has been drinking like we didn't know. What did he say? He was over there drinking Red Bulls? Last week when he was up there talking, well, I only want to say dragging, Rick. He was just bumping his gums, talking about what he can do with them fists. But last week they was asking him, no, they was telling him, don't no motherfucking Red Bull make people act like that. What you mixing your Red Bull with? Because I ain't never seen nobody on a Red Bull acting out of character like that. Everybody knew he was back drinking. But I still believe that sometimes he be putting 20 on 10, he be faking it. I really do. I really do. Like when he just really sound like sometimes he sound like he should be somewhere half breathing. Like somebody should be doing mouth to mouth on him, dragging his ass off in the ambulance. That's how fucked up he be sounding at time. And those are the times when I think he be playing around. Just really be trying to make us think that he's really drunk. I don't know. That's just me. What up, Candy Cane? What up? What up? What up, Tay Baby? What up, Boo? How you doing? You said he's been drinking and lying and drinking. I think he be faking it too. Yes, I think he be faking it too. I really do. I really do. And it's not a good look. I don't know who told him that it's a good look to have a drunk ass character on. I mean, this ain't no TV show. This ain't no movie. This is like you on a YouTube public platform acting ass, like acting just crazy, a donkey sometimes. And I mean, I think if he didn't act like that, he still would have a, an okay platform. I think he could still be a content creator while coming on here acting like he's drunk as fuck all the time. Like, people don't need you to, I mean, it might be some people, like we all love a train wreck, right? But if people really like you and really care for you, they don't want you up here drunk all the time, falling asleep, on live, drunk as shit. They don't want that from you. They just want you to come out here and be, who, I don't know who the fuck he is really, because he's totally different from what he used to be on Sir King's panel. So I don't know who the real Lemon is. Like, can the real Lemon please stand up? Can the real Lemon please stand up in my Eminem voice? I don't know who the real Lemon is. I don't know which voice is the real Lemon, which accent is the real Lemon. But when he was on Jay Wilson panel and he was telling him how he was just behind the scenes arguing and fight with Rick didn't even know that he was over there on Jay Wilson panel. So this morning, Rick, he had made a post. You said, hold on, let me go back. You said, I don't like being around people that act like that when they drink in real life. Thank you. It's very annoying, Melissa, very. He said last night that if he has to get drunk to get the people what they want, then that's what he'll do. Blame us for that. Oh, he can't blame us. I'm pretty sure don't nobody be calling Lemon up or hitting him in his Discord saying, get drunk, nigga. Get drunk. Don't come lie to you done drunk a whole bottle. I'm sure there's nobody out there telling Lemon to get drunk. I mean, people, and I'm just keeping it hood, I'm keeping it funky. When he was on Sir King's panel, he made the show. Like, yeah, Sir King, I supported Sir King. I still do. Every now and then he goes live. Every now and then, every full blue moon, he goes live. And if I'm up or whatever, I go over there and check him out or I watch the replay. But I used to be in Sir King's chat a lot, all the time. I know he knows. A lot of us used to be over there. And oh my God, when Lemon would come or when he said Lemon will be here, or everybody was so excited to see Lemon, to hear from Lemon. He was funny. He was entertaining. And he wasn't like this drunk, slurring old man, like he walking down the sidewalk stumbling. He wasn't none of that. And people liked it. And that's the reason why I don't understand why he felt the need to change his whole persona for his own channel. And you know what, Candy? Don't nobody want no drunk like that live. there are some people who can go live and they can be entertaining. They can be right in a right mind, not disoriented. Rick Reed. Can we say the Gov? How many times have we seen the Gov over the past 5-6 years do a drunk live? The Gov could do a drunk live from 9 o'clock p.m. to 9 a.m. if he wanted to. And he still be on there. What up, y'all? He picking up people on his panel, dropping people down on his panel, talking to the chat, entertaining, dancing, playing his music. We up there having a good old time, right? Ain't nan time he done passed out, fell asleep. I mean, like, I love when a ghost have his drunk lives. I mean, he's already entertaining by himself, but you know, he be a little bit more turned. He be a little bit more turned. And what's up, my boo? Hey, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening. You said, like I said before, clicks and views. Oh, clicks and views are a hell of a drug. It be lame. I done heard people call him lame many a times. As far as limit. But yeah, so Rick Reed, when he got up, he made a post at 5 a.m. this morning. He said, y'all, it's 5 a.m. and I'm just getting around to Jay Wilson video. I told y'all Lemon called me, wanted me to make up. I wasn't going. Then he got on camera with his clothes off, flirting with me, trying to win me over, asking me if he looks good. He said, Rick said, I had no idea he went to Jay Wilson's last night when he made his live, when Rick made his own live. He didn't know that Lemon went to Jay Wilson's as well. And so Rick said he went over to Jay Wilson's where he got off the phone with him. And Rick basically said he confirmed everything. When Lemon went to Jay Wilson's panel, he literally confirmed everything, that he had called Rick Reed and basically, you know, talk to him or whatever. But see, from Rick's story last night, Rick basically was telling him, don't nobody want you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. You ugly, you this and that. The only person you can be to me is my daughter. I wouldn't want nobody dusty like you. You live with your mama. You ain't got shit. If we fucked around, I had to pay for everything. I had to fly you out. You had to be flued out. And he was like, you ain't even welcome in Atlanta. You ain't even welcome down south. That's what Rick was giving. But on Jay Wilson panel, what Lemon was giving, he was like, oh, yeah, I told Ricky, yeah, we could fight. And you know, he's still talking that shit. But the duck lips, did y'all hear when Vivian and Jay Wilson said Lemon was giving duck lips when he hit his panel? Lemon wanted Jay Wilson to see him with no clothes on, bare chested, tattoos showing, him laid back in his bed, looking like a whole snack. And Jay Wilson said, okay, you can show me, but Lemon said, you got to put a banner up. You got to put a banner up. You know how we said banner up. So Jay Wilson said, okay, I'll put a banner up. And Lemon was like, don't play on my top, Jay. Don't play on my top. But Jay Wilson said, I'm going to put the banner up. I'm not going to let anybody else see you, I promise. But Vivian was able to see, because Vivian is like a what do you call it? Like a main managing mod or something on StreamYard or something like that. So, you know, those people, they can drop people, add people to the panel. They can highlight the chat. They can, you know, all that kind of drop links, you know, all that kind of shit. So that's how Vivian was able to see Lemon in the background. And they both say he was giving duck lips to Jay Wilson. Vivian was like, that wasn't for me, Jay Wilson. Admin, thank you, Candy Boo. Thank you, Boo. But yeah, and Rick Reed even said that he was giving him duck lips too. I'm like, nigga, you need to stay off the fucking, when you ain't live, you need to just sleep, nigga. Especially if you drunk all fucking day, because like JW said, he might not even remember that shit in the morning. He might not remember calling Rick. He might not remember hitting Jay Wilson panel and giving the duck lips. Vivian, y'all, when Vivian was showing how Lemon was laid in the bed, like just sprout out with his head behind his head and his lips in a duck lip, you know, formation, chest poked out, tattoos showing, for Jay Wilson and Rick Reed. And then he wonder why they be calling him be telling him he wanted to go. Did y'all hear Rebel Son? Again, please like and share the video. He said talking that rah, rah, rah. Did you see the Erica Force video share with him doing the duck laugh? No, I gotta go see it. I gotta go see it. Thank you. I'm gonna screenshot this so I don't forget. I'm gonna screenshot it. Okay, so y'all, Rebel Son hit Jay Wilson panel last night. Oh, I love me some Rebel. Y'all know I love me some Rebel, and Rebel know I love me some Rebel. But Rebel Son hit the panel, and he said, "You know what?" He said when he met Lemon in person, he screamed that he was, "We are family. I got all my sisters and me. Oh, 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 we are family. Stand up, everybody. Stand up, everybody. Stand up, everybody." Okay. He said he was given family. He was given community. But what was really funny as fuck was when Rebel told a story about some guy who he knew years ago. He said, Rebel said, when I was younger, a young Thundercat, there was this dude always acting like he was straight, but Rebel, Rebel, he know the signs. He know the signs. But he said it was some dude in his old neighborhood that he grew up with, and he used to try to play those games, like come over my crib, let's play Nintendo. And so Rebel would go over there, and he said the dude would always take his shirt off and be walking around and talking about the girls love him, and and Rebel said he'd be over there hitting on his chest like Tarzan and shit. And Rebel said he's one of those type of gay men that he's not gonna give you attention like that. Some man that's just acting like everybody want him and shit like that. He was like, I'll let everybody else chase your ass. But he said one day, that little just playing the video games and all that kind of shit, the dude saw that wasn't working. Him walking around with his shirt off and shit, dude saw that wasn't working. So he told Rebel, let's wrestle. And somebody on the panel said, was that Steven? Somebody said, don't that sound familiar? I think that was Steven. Because remember when Lemon and Shaquem was in that hotel room and they was wrestling, and they was really wrestling, throwing each other around all on the couch and the floor and shit. But so they was like, don't that sound familiar? Hello? Rebel said, but he wasn't musty though. Every time Rebel talk about that nigga smelling like a Billy Goat, he said, but that nigga that I knew back in the Gap, he wasn't musty though. He wanted to wrestle, but he wasn't musty though when we was wrestling. But anyway, that wrestling, turned into them flirting and doing a little bit more, a little petting and stuff. But Rebel said he didn't go all the way because he wasn't no hoe. He wasn't no hoe. He said, I wasn't no hoe. He was young. Rebel was still young. So you know how it is. Even with the girls and the boys, a nigga try to act like they trying to play around us, and they flirting and doing all this kind of stuff, and they ain't really getting us. So then they just start trying to wrestle. Niggas do it with the girls too. They try to wrestle, try to tickle you, try to, do all kind of stuff like that. And then next thing you know, y'all wrestling around on the floor or in the bed. And next thing you know, the draws that hit the floor. The draws that hit the floor. Come on, ladies. I ain't the only one. Don't let me sit here. Don't let me sit here alone by myself. Y'all know how it is. Shoot, the boys might be wrestling with the boys to get their attention and try to get in them shorts. And the guys, they do that shit with us too, wrestling around, playing. You be like, get off me. Leave me alone. Quit playing. And next thing you know, draws and hit the floor. Where my panties at? Girl, I don't know. What up, Sassy? Hey, boo. How you doing, love? Don't give me that face, Tay-Bay. All right, Candy. Thank you. Somebody co-sign. Thank you. Leave me out here by myself. Shit, y'all wrong for that. Kevin said, I do believe Shaquille stick. And no flip-flops and no socks. thick ass socks. You in Vegas, nigga. It's 159 degrees, and you got on some thick ass socks and some flip flops. And they was too small. Oh God, I would never forget the images that y'all was posting with his toes hanging over the flip flops. I will never forget. Never. Or the many outfits that he had on, or him dancing and doing a show outside the hotel. Oh, that man is, oh Lord. And I'll also never forget how somebody gave him some money to go somewhere and he didn't go where they wanted, where he was supposed to go. He ended up going somewhere else. Child, the many things, all the things with the rah, whatever y'all call them. I know some people call him Lil Dirt. Some people call him Shaquille. Some people call him Billy Goat. Some people call him, y'all know, whatever y'all call him. You said, I guess they thought I would whoop their ass wrestling. I guess they thought. You said Lemon and Shaquille. Yep, ZT and Rico. You remember that shit? Rico's gonna fuck ZT up. I remember that shit. Rico's body slamming that nigga all on the bed. Rico said, you think I'm skinny, nigga. You think I'm skinny. Rico strong, nigga. Rico strong, nigga. Shoot, ZT a little, oh my God. He picked ZT up like he was a little toy. Like he was a little, like he was one of those little military men. You know the military toys that boys used to play with back in the day? Like he just, tink. But y'all, I was so gagged. I'm like, see, the thing is, like I said last night, Lemon, he was trying to do his 1-2, you know, by talking all that mad shit to Rick Reed. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fuck you up. Meet me here. Meet me anywhere. Come to the show. I'll drag you home. I'll dog walk you. All this kind of stuff. Like for the show. He don't really want to beef with Rick Reed. When he was saying all that shit, he don't want to beef with Rick Reed. Rick Reed is like, quit hitting me up behind the scenes. Quit hitting me up on Discord. If you want to fight, nigga, we can fight. Where the fuck you want to meet me at? He don't want to meet up with Rick. Talking about he'll whoop Rick live. Child, that'll be the day. That will be the day. I'm going to just be sitting there with my popcorn like, Rick, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him too bad, Rick. Because I really think Rick will, I really do. I really think Rick will fuck him up. I don't think Lemon, I ain't saying Lemon's scared to fight or nothing like that, because anybody will fight, especially if they backed into a corner. Anybody will fight. You know what I'm saying? But Lemon was talking about that'd be what'd he say? Talking about Rick's biracial side be showing up. Child, I was like, but no. Anyway, Lemon, he said he is the new king, and that's why Rick Reed don't like him, because he's the new king. And he said basically if Rick was the king, then I would give him some respect. But he's no longer the king. They gotta accept the newbies are here. He said, shout out to all the L heads who made the way, who paved the way. Shout out to the OGs and the triple OGs who paved the way. But the newbies are here. I'm the king. Rick don't want to accept it. He said, Rick do not want to accept that I am the king of the beef sector. And, you know, people have called Lemon the king of the beef sector. But I don't think us old heads give a fuck about that. No king or queens or anything like that. We stopped calling motherfuckers kings and queens years ago. There ain't no fucking kings and queens on here. Sure, we all equal. Some of us might get more money or might get more clicks and views, but don't nobody look. All that shit is gone. All that shit is gone. Some people still probably look up to people like that, but I ain't never looked up to nobody like that. You ain't my king. You ain't my queen. What Jay Wilson? We all 1099s. We all 1099s. That's what Jay Wilson be saying. You said I hate Shaquille's voice. You know what? Oh, that just reminded me, Mel. Last night Jay Wilson told Lemon. What did he tell Lemon? He said, "Oh yeah. Okay, so when Lemon wanted Jay Wilson to see him and all his chest and his duck lips, Jay Wilson put the banner up, and when he saw Lemon, he said, "Oh, you look like what Lemon, but you sound like Shaquille." Y'all, Jay Wilson can be funny at times. He really can. He can be funny at times. He said, "You look like Lemon, but why you sound like Shaquille?" Shit, I'm like, child, that because that boy be changing up his accents all the time. Court jester. There you go. There you go, Tay. You said I don't see them doing much or nothing, just talking trash, to be honest. And you might be right. You might be right. What up, Condom? How you been? Good to see you, boo. You might be right, Mel, but I don't know. I don't know. I think Rick Reed will pull up, or if Lemon pulled up on him, because I don't think Rick would pull up on Lemon because I don't think Lemon would really fight. He just want it's for the show. I really think that it's for the show. All that his this shit, and Rick knows it too. Rick knows it too. That nigga know. That's why he keeps hitting up Rick behind the scenes. Rick is like, no, keep that shit on the front. If we meet up, we meet up. If you want these hands, come get these hands. He don't want to holler at him in the background. Child. I don't want nobody hitting me up behind the scenes either. Like, that can be some real messy shit, as we all know. Now, there's a few people I fuck with behind the scenes, but they ain't messy. But I never forget, I told y'all before, when I first kind of got really into YouTube, like watching content creators, this was probably about, y'all know Michelle Atielian. This was like when she first began her YouTube channel, because Michelle Atielian, she's always had a Facebook, IG, Twitter, shit like that. She's always had, Straight from the A, her website, which makes her a lot of money, by the way. She got sponsors over sponsors on her website. Okay. I wish I could be like her when I grow up, because I don't even be having time for my thehoodtable.com. But anyway, when I first started following her, I would be liking her Facebook groups. Matter of fact, I'm still in there, and I would be all in her chat. And just one day out the blue, somebody who also follows Michelle and be in her Facebook group, they hit me up behind the scenes and they said, "What you think about what she said? Do you think she lied?" They was asking me all these questions about Michelle. And I'm like, and they were weird questions. And you know me, I'm a smart bitch. Okay, I'm from the hood. I was like, I don't know nothing. Why don't you hit her up? I'm sure you could IG her, hit her in the chat in the Facebook group, or comment under her. It was some messy ass questions, and I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe. I felt like if I was to say something, anything, my opinion, whether it was going to be my honest opinion, or I just felt like it was going to get real messy. So I politely declined to answer the questions they were asking me about Michelle Atielian. I politely blocked that motherfucker because they literally hit me on Facebook. We are not Facebook friends. So on Facebook, when you don't have a Facebook friend, you go into that space where you have to accept the messaging, and sometimes you don't see them all the time. So I politely, blocked that hoe. I was like, I don't know you. I don't want no parts of your messiness or whatever the fuck you're trying to get into. For all I know, they could have really not liked Michelle Atielian. And I like Michelle and still like her. I think she cool and she can be messy. She sure the fuck can. She's been involved in a lot of bullshit, even court. She's been in court. Shoot, Michelle knows better than most what it's like to have somebody try to sue you for your commentary. Shoot, she knows. So I was like, I'll pass on that. I will pass on that. But speaking about feeling safe, Steven asked Rebel and Jay Wilson, would they feel safe alone in a hotel room with Lemon? Can y'all guess what their answer was? I'll wait. Of course, they said no. Both of them said no. Rebel said no. Jay Wilson said no. They was like they would not feel safe in a hotel room alone with Lemon. I'm gonna just leave that right there. I'm sure Lemon probably gonna have a response. That's even if he remember him being on Jay Wilson's panel last night, showing his chest and making duck lips. Child, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I did drop the link. I did pin the link. So if anybody wants to hit the link and add to the commentary, you can. Otherwise, y'all know I come on here and do my little 1-2, my little 1-2, say what I have to say, and then I get back to what I got going on over here, which is not a lot. It's cold as the fuck. My homegirl asked me that I want to go to this seafood restaurant. They were having like a sale on like shrimp and crab legs and lobsters, and I love seafood. And I wanted to go. I was like, oh hell yeah, it's our favorite spot. They have all these specials going on, and it ended like I think it ended today or yesterday. Honey, I must have went to the bank on my lunch break, and it was like 12 degrees. I was cold. And so by the time I got to the bank, my car still didn't even warm up. It was still trying to warm up. And so by the time I got to the bank and got back home, I hit her up. I said, oh, I'm sorry, homegirl. I apologize. I was supposed to meet her at her house when she got off of work. I said, I apologize, but I can't. I said, there is no amount of discount that would make me want to leave the comfort of my home and go sit in some cold ass fucking establishment for some half off seafood. And that's a good deal. Half off, but you know why they was doing it, Candy Cane? Because a lot of motherfuckers here ain't trying to be outside. Y'all saw the motherfucking weather in the Midwest, down south, up north. It's cold everywhere. Shit, you go to bed and it feel like 15, 20 below. You wake up and it feel like 0. Cold as the fuck. So a lot of these restaurants are having these really nice draw you in type of deals. And man, I would have been there. Oh, and it's one of my favorite spots. They food always be slapping. I ain't never had no, the restaurants where you ain't never had no complaints. Everything just be just delicious every fucking time you come. It's that type of restaurant that, we wanted to go to. And I was like, I'm sorry, homegirl, but I can't. And the thing about it is, a lot of restaurants, whether it's wintertime or summertime, they keep it cold because of their staff. Their staff is running around, the oven's cooking, things like that. And so they have to keep it cool in the restaurants. And already be half the time got to bring me a damn blanket or a sweatshirt or something to sit in the motherfucking restaurant. So I knew I would be freezing my ass off. And it's cold as the fuck. And every time somebody open the door, it gets colder and colder. I'm like, no. Well, I got to crank that bad boy. Even though I got a garage attached to the house, I can go downstairs in my finished basement that looks like the top of the house. By the way, my finished basement, it looks like a whole nother top of the house. And don't nobody be down there in that motherfucker. It's fully furnished, living room, dining room. We got TVs on every wall, big flat screens on every wall, bathroom, fridge down there in the storage room, fridge, 2 microwaves. Like you can do some things down there in that basement. The only thing it don't have is a bedroom. And I'll be thinking about putting a bedroom down there, y'all. I promise you I do. I'll be thinking about putting a bedroom down there. And I know the right homie to do it too. I got a lot of homeboys who do remodeling, and they do like my handymen are my homeboys. Whether I need Christmas lights hung up, whether I need I called my homeboy, my homegirl's boyfriend like 2 months ago. Come unplug this toilet. He come over with his big old truck and all his tools and his snake. All right, here you go, homegirl. All right, cash at me something. What you want? Just cash at me something. I'm like, all right. See, I got a lot of homeboys who that's why I say these niggas out here who can't find no job. I hate when niggas say they can't find no job. Now I'm talking niggas. We talking about niggas right now, okay? Niggas. You know, back in the day when I was younger, my dad, boy, it was shameful if you didn't have no job. It was shameful if you wasn't cutting no grass, if you wasn't fixing no cars, if you wasn't shoveling snow, if you wasn't laying tile, if you wasn't doing roofs, if you like a man should always have something to do for work. There's no reason a strong ass strapping man, like my grandmama would say, a strapping young man should not have a job. I used to hate my grandma say that. What's a strap? What the fuck? Strapping? What the fuck do that mean, Grandma? It took me some Asian to realize what the fuck she was talking about. Sure, a strapping young man. You healthy. You fit. Shit. Get out there and work, nigga. Get out there and work. Deliver some newspaper. Go work at a packing plant. Go work at... It's a lot of things that a nigga can do. Now, ladies, we can do a lot too. Hell, we can make babies pop out our ass, right? We can do a lot too. We strong. But for a man to tell me they can't find no job, that's bullshit. You know, when I was growing up, I done told y'all the stories. We was broke, fine, motherfucking broke. Everybody hustled in my family. Everybody had a hustle. And that's why at this day and age, even when I was younger, even when my kids was young, even when they were in high school, even when they was in college, even when now I got my grandbaby, I've always had a main job and a hustle or two. I'm slinging cakes. I'm making t-shirts. I'm working. I'm doing all kind of shit. You got to have a hustle or two. I don't care how well your job is. If you have a hobby, if you like to do hair, if you like to decorate, if you like to design stuff, if you like to, style stuff, everybody should have a motherfucking job and a hustle, especially in these days and times. If you ain't got no hustle, what you doing? There is something else that you could be doing or a craft that you can perfect for when you might not have that good ass job or when the economy just goes left and people start laying off and firing folks. You should always have a side hustle. And I do mean legal, by the way. I do mean legal. But yeah, I always had a hustle or two. My dad didn't play that shit. We might have been broke as fuck, but my dad would work at the packing house. He was fixing cars. Remember them pallets? You know them pallets in the warehouses, them big square things that they sit heavy shit on. They use with the forklift. He used to collect pallets from companies that would throw them out in the trash, and he used to fix them up, and he used to sell them. Now you know that shit was embarrassing, right? What up, Dr. J? Hey, I've been really enjoying your shows. I was just telling people about the duck lips, how Lemon showed himself on your show. He had some duck lips. I about died. But yeah, my dad used to, man, I'm telling you. And we had every house we lived in, it always had a big backyard because he always was doing a lot of things. So this yard was really big. It was really long, and it went way far back. And he would have all these pallets stacked up. I mean, this pallets stacked up all in the backyard. And he would fix them up, and then he would put them on his raggedy ass Sanford & Son pickup truck. And he would take them to motherfucking warehouses and resell the shit that they done threw out. Not only that, he was a fisherman. So he would, oh my God, he was a great fisherman. So he would fish. He would go to, him and my mom, they would go to all the lakes and shit, and they would catch a lot of fish, and they would clean it and sell it. You could either buy the fish unclean with the scales, or for extra, they'll scale that bitch for you and cut it up like you had a whole motherfucking seafood market. Shoot, my mom and them had hustles. And then not only that, he had it where he would, you know how motherfuckers need worms and bait? And you could go to the bait store. I told y'all that story how my dad used to motherfucking electrocute the ground. You talking about, I had a lot of embarrassing moments growing up, I promise you. But I swear every embarrassing moment made me who I am today. That nigga used to go out there and wet the whole motherfucking ground with the water hose and then stick these metal things in it and have it hooked up to something. And man, I'm telling you, a million worms would pop out the ground, and he would be going around just catching them, putting them in buckets, putting them in buckets, putting them in buckets. I was like, man, I used to be so mad because the next day when I'm like going to school or something, and all over the sidewalk, it's just big ass bubble-eyed worms all over the motherfucking place. I'd be like, Mom, why? I'd be like, Mom, why? Why? It was so many embarrassing moments when I was growing up, just being broke. And that's why when I have my children, I promise to never be there. Oh, I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle. I didn't have to work 2, 3 jobs. I didn't have to have a hustle or two. I didn't struggle. Life was not easy for me raising my sons. It was points where I was like crying in bed at night. What I'm gonna do, Lord? What I'm gonna do, Lord? The rent due tomorrow. The car payment due. Which one I'm gonna do? Am I gonna get my car up and catch the bus? Am I gonna get a phone up and have a cable? Am I gonna get a cable up and have the internet? Am I gonna get it like Rob and Peter to pay Paul? I know that life. Even working a job or two and having hustles, I know that life. But I kept persevering. I kept working, going to college full time, working 2 jobs, raising my kids by myself. And again, I say before, they have dads. They still got dads who are very, very great fathers, very great fathers. And they helped me out while I was raising up my kids. I got motherfucking child support routinely while my kids was growing up and extra. Okay, from their dads. But they had the dads in their life and they still got them. But still, when you have your child the majority of the time, you do majority of the work. You know what I'm saying? Child support helps, but shit, it ain't gonna help with all the motherfucking sneakers they need and all the motherfucking fees they need for all their teams all through the year and all their trips throughout the year and all they like the shit. Child support helps. It helps. And I appreciate every dime that I ever got from my son's fathers. But I also appreciate when they would be like, okay, I'm going to help you do this, that, and the third too. Like my youngest son, Cam, his dad paid for his cell phone bill till he was 24 years old, damn near. Last year. No, till he was 23, because Cam's 24 now and on his own. So, and he just moved out last year. But Cam about to be 25. Ooh, that's right. That nigga about. Ooh, hold on. What's today, child? Hold up. It's January 27th. My baby about to be 25 on February the 10th. My baby going up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, yep, it was last year. He paid for his phone bill, and I mean every motherfucking year, his dad bought him a brand new iPhone, brand new cell phone every year. Every year, on top of paying child support and doing all kind of shit. I definitely appreciate my son's fathers because they weren't stingy. They weren't stingy with time and they weren't stingy with money. So, you know, we didn't work out. Sometimes it just don't work out. But they fathers worked out for them. And that's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. But you said my father was a fisherman too. I don't know what it was to eat store-bought. Honey, I love fish. I love seafood. Maybe because my parents loved it, and that's a lot of, you know, when you broke and you live in the hood, fishing could mean a very big difference in what y'all might eat today or tomorrow or the next day. A lot of people in the hood, they was always at the lakes catching fish. I mean, having deep freezers full of fish, buffalo, carp, cat. I mean, there's any type of fish, you name it. Any type of swag, any type of fucking fish. They salmon, they caught it. And they would freeze it. They would clean it and they would freeze it. I used to hate that shit. Mel, you talking about like all summer long, motherfucking kitchen smelling like fish. Dad and mom would catch it. He would come home and gut it. She would be scraping it. And they would ask me to help. Poo, don't you want to come help with this fish? No, the fuck I don't. Y'all good. I ain't touching no fish. I ain't touching no worms. I ain't touching no fish. I ain't touching no guts. If that motherfucker ain't clean, ooh, when I moved out on my own, and they, of course, they were still fishing and all that kind of shit. You said, don't lay them down if you can't get up. You know what? You said, I have a good story about my parents and the worms. My father was a mess. Oh, hit the link if you want to tell it, child. Hit the link. But yeah, that's a blessing. That's why I said, a nigga, there should not be one nigga who ain't got a job. There's always something for you to do. But yeah, they would be like, Poo Poo, don't you want to help clean that fish? No, the fuck I don't. It got to come cleaned already and scaled. And even when I was grown and on my own, and my mom and dad would go fish, and they'd be like, "We got some fish over here, Pooh. Well, I hope it's clean and gutted. And Daddy, you better have them head and eyeballs off that damn fish." He used to make me so. Ooh, my dad used to tease me. He knew I hated eyeballs, and they would cook the whole fish for themselves. I'd be like, if y'all don't get that motherfucking fish head out my face, no, I can't do it. And then the scales, Tay-Bay, the scales be popping all over the motherfucking place. Oh no. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My mother and dad, they love cheerleadings. A lot of people in my family love cheerleadings. I hate cheerleadings. So them is another thing that I hate being in the house for. I don't want to be nowhere near no goddamn cheerleadings being clean. Nope. Mm-mm. Hey, Candy Cane. Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
Hey, honey.
What's up?
I'm just going to tell you this real quick because my house kind of noisy. So I'm going to tell you this real quick.
Okay.
Now, my father was that fisherman that you're talking about, right? I mean, he caught all kinds of fish. My father would clean the fish. He'd catch it, clean it, all of that. My mother didn't do any of that. She knew how, but she didn't do any of that. He did it all, cleaned up behind himself. All of that. We were blessed. However, now my mother had this little thing about worms. My uncle, is his fault, but it's kind of her fault too. And my uncle, my grandmother used to always tell them, you used to always tell her, because she used to always want to run around outside with no shoes on. So you tell her, put your shoes on. So she put her shoes on, then she go outside, run around, slide her shoes on, go back in the house, trying to be sneaky. Well, my uncle took some worms and put them in her shoe, and her foot was itching. So when she put her foot in the shoe, her foot was itching. She took a stick and stuck it in there to scratch her foot, and all the worm pieces came off. So from then on, she been messed up about worms.
Oh,
hey. Sorry about that.
God, I would have died.
Yes. So now, moving right along. Now, my father was, like I said, that fisherman. He had all them worms. And see, we used to eat Land O'Lakes. Back then, you eat Land O'Lakes, you kind of bougie, right?
Oh yeah.
And so we had it in the when the butter was gone, we would wash out the container. You always recycle.
We had a million of them butter ass containers.
Exactly. So my father would take them and he would put the dirt in it and the worms in it. So my mother was in the kitchen cooking. So while she in there cooking, she goes and she grabs for this container. She opens it up and it's the worms. She threw that container on the floor. She went screaming and hollering, went running towards the living room. So my father come in there and he see it and he's looking at it. I'm like, oh, the worms. We all standing around, we laughing and shit, because this shit was crazy.
Oh no!
My father went
like they were some snakes. I can't do worms.
And my father was killing himself laughing. I mean, he was screaming laughing while he cleaning up some damn worms.
See,
she dropped them and they was all over the floor.
They knew I hated worms, and they used to play with me with the worms. And my dad would walk behind me and had one near me. I'm like, oh no! But that's why I'm terrified of worms today. Like, I swear to you.
Yeah, my mother was.
If we get
my uncle was mischievous. He used to do a lot of stuff. Like he told my aunt one night, don't fall asleep on me. And she fell asleep on him. He went and got a butter knife and stuck it in the fire.
Oh no.
And brought it and laid it on her leg. He used to do a lot of stuff. He was horrible. He was a horrible little boy, but he was a smart ass man, and he did everything. He was smart.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I could never be with a man who don't want to work, because growing up, niggas worked when we was growing up. I mean, they found even the crackheads back then was working.
Oh, child. Hey.
The alcoholics, they would motherfucking work all motherfucking day, get off of work, go to the store and get their beer, and get up in the next morning and go to work again. Like, come on now.
And see, I don't know about nothing about that life. So, because all the men in my family work, so I don't know nothing about that.
Girl, I don't know nothing about that either.
I
That's
don't know nothing about it. All of them, cousins, everybody. Everybody got their own business, or they
same,
working something, they doing something somewhere. Hell,
same.
even my sons got jobs and they still, do their thing. But I'm gonna get down because my house is just too noisy, and I keep
I hear
saying,
the
"Be
babies
quiet,
in
be
the
quiet."
background.
Yes, and they just noisy.
Well, tell them
So
the hood table say hey. Have a good
I will.
night. All
All
right.
right.
All right, love.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Yes, honey. Yes. My boys been working since high school. They was at the Taco Bells. They was at the Walmart. They was at the grocery stores. Sure did. Then they went to college. And while they was in college, I told them don't work. So I made sure I footed everything while they was in college. The one who stayed home, I made sure he was good. He didn't have to worry about anything. The one who left for college, I made sure he was good. I was driving up and down that interstate to see him like every other 2 weeks, sometimes every other 2 weeks, sometimes once a month. But if I wasn't, I was taking him packages to FedEx, UPS, and shipping him shit. Coats, shoes, boots, gloves, food. I mean, Walmart. Oh my God. We would buy so much shit at Walmart. Like once a month, we would go out of town to my son's school and we would go to Walmart and stock up. Man, they motherfucking door used to be so stocked. But then the shit wouldn't last long. Why? Because they was giving most of that shit away to they roommates or they dorm mates who didn't have. And I'm like, okay, I understand, but damn. I didn't sign up to take care of everybody's fucking kid on your floor. Shit. But I do it all over again if I had to. They got that experience of going to college. I think every child should have the experience to go to college if they want to. If they want to. Some kids, college just ain't for them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I was growing up, all the men worked. The men worked. And even in my neighborhood, like I said, in my neighborhood, or even if it was in my family, if there was somebody who had an addiction in the neighborhood or in the family, everybody fucking worked. Like everybody might have still been struggling. Sometimes people would still knock on your door. Could I borrow some sugar? Somebody knock on somebody's door. Could I borrow some eggs? Somebody knock on somebody's door. Could you loan me? I mean, I grew up in the hood. It was like that. And a lot of times people did rely on their neighbors and rely on their family. And that's another thing I got to say about this shit that people be doing when they be begging on YouTube. I can't see myself ever coming on here begging for a motherfucking thing from y'all. I might say hit the Cash App if the spirit moves you. Hit the super chat if the spirit moves you. But y'all will never catch me on this motherfucker in my Sean Bradley voice begging for a goddamn thing. No, you won't. I shalt not. I can't and I shan't. I can't and I shan't. Okay? You know where I get that from. The Sassy Show with her sassy ass. With her cute, sassy chocolate ass. I can't and I shan't. But no, I can't do it. I'll go to my friends. I'll go to my sisters. I'll go to my godmom, my aunties. I'll go to my brother. Me and my brothers have a relationship like that. Like my brother, he's a mailman. And I'm so proud of him. I said this before because if y'all would have knew my brother when he grew up, oh God, this is the brother that's closest to me. Even though we far apart in years, but he's still the one that's closest to me. He grew up, thugging it out. A lot of us was thugging it out. We was hustling. We was out there in the gangs. We was out there in the streets. He was really in those streets. He was really in those streets, in and out of jail, youth centers. He was a lot. He was a lot. And at times my mom didn't know what she was going to do. She was pulling her hair, shit like that. So to see him today being a mailman, working for the government, I tell him all the time, I'm so proud of him. Matter of fact, one day I was on my lunch break and I was at Walmart and I was getting something from Walmart. I can't remember, but it was about 2 weeks ago. And I saw my brother. He didn't see me, but he was getting out of his mail truck and he was walking down the one of the aisles in the on the parking lot. And he almost walked past me. Now, I don't know how you miss me because I got some personalized plates. Everybody in the city know who I am. Okay, everybody, when they see my place, they know who I am and they know what I do. And if y'all don't know what my place say, I ain't gonna tell you. But everybody know my place. Okay. So he was walking, but I think he was just in a rush. And he was walking. And I was like, nigga, I know you gonna speak. I know you ain't gonna act like you don't see me, nigga. And he turned around, he like, what the fuck up? What up, son? What up? What you doing up here? You know, we got the dabbing and hugging and all that. I was like, no, just at Walmart. I said, you looking good in your nice little mailman outfit. I mean, he was, and it's cold as fuck here. So he had on the big, like, the big gear that they give them, or they actually make them buy it. But he makes good money. But you know, they make you buy certain things like your outfit, your winter gear, your boots, and your hat, and all that shit. And I was like, damn, you look like you warm as fuck. And he was like, man, I got like 7 more hours to go. This shit we slow rolling this shit in this weather. But yeah, so I'm so proud of him. I am so proud of him. But yeah, you know, that's my bro. That's my bro. If you knew, you knew. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure some of y'all got people like that in y'all life too, who you probably thought years ago might end up dead, end up in prison for life, end up, you know, just, you know, and then they turn out to be a really decent citizen to the community, to the world, job, career, family, all that. I just always tell my bro, I'm so proud of you. So very, very proud of you. But you said my first job was at a daycare center. My first job was, well, okay, so in our community, and I'm sure probably in yours too, but in the inner urban community, they have like these summer jobs. So people who parents don't make that much money, low income housing, you can get like a summer job. And like the first years when you was like only like 13 or something like that, it was like $50 a week. Then when you turn like 14, I think it stayed the same. But when you got like 15, you actually got paid like an hour. And you could either choose to do like a job out there in the city somewhere, or you could choose to do like learning classes like computers. I think I did computers, but I did computers for like my first 2 years, and I was getting like $50 a week, which was a lot. Shit, back then, $50. Shit, I was making $50, and my mom, I would be like, Mom, do you want some of my check when I get paid? She was like, you can give me $5 if you want. I would get my $5. You know what we could buy with $5 back then? Should I get my mom $5? Her face will whole light up. Now we can go get some bread. We can go get some milk. We can go get some butter. We can go get this. We can get this. Sure. My mom was like, oh, you can give me $5 if you want. But usually I would buy more. Even when I was working like at the Burger Kings and the McDonald's when I got 16 and 17, I would always ask my mom, what you want me to do with my money? Do you want something? Do you need me to buy something? Just tell me what you need. And she would just, I don't know, just buy cleaning supplies. We need laundry soap. We need this. We need that. My mom was never like a numbers person. Like, you got to give me 50 or 100 or half. Or she was just, let's just buy what you see we need. And so that's what I would do. And I raised my boys the same way. When you get paid, whether it's Burger King, McDonald's, the grocery store, Walmart, you should always make sure home is taken care of. Just because your mama and daddy got a job, now there are some people who, yeah, they might have very, very, very good jobs, wealthy or whatever, and their kids work and they be like, keep your money. But in the hood, we don't always have it like that. So everybody contribute. So when you first get your paycheck, before you go out and buy your J's or go out with your homeboys or take your girl out or whatever, hit the mall, you should always, Mama, is there anything that you would like me to get for the house? That's how I raised my boys. And they were very great at that. Cam, the other one, be like, oh, we out of washing powder. My mama pick up some washing powder on the way home. You know, just shit like that. You got to teach your kids to be responsible so that they know when they fucking get out there on their own, they know how to be responsible. And I love when I hear from my boys, Mama, I appreciate you teaching me how to do this, teaching me how to wash dishes, teaching me how to clean the house, teaching me how to mop floors, teaching me how to clean the baseboards. Oh, my sons can clean a baseboard, honey. You know, when your kids can clean so well, you just be shocked. Like, my kids can clean a bathroom better than me. My sons can clean a bathroom. I'll be like, when it's their turn to clean or something, like, okay, it's my turn to clean the bathroom. It's your turn to do this. When it's their turn to do something, I'll be like, God damn, I feel like I can eat off that motherfucking floor. Like my sons don't play because I raised them that way. Don't fuck around on your motherfucking chores. If I give you a chore, you do that chore and you do it well, and I'll leave you the fuck alone. Otherwise, you got to come back and do it again. So I taught them well. If I say the baseboards need to be clean, them baseboards shining, spotless white. Shit, rub them down. No dust. Then they go on about their business. They got the whole weekend to themselves. So I never gave them too much. It would be like one chore a weekend. You do this, you do that. And y'all got the rest of the weekend for yourself. But don't fuck around on them chores, because you fuck around on them chores and your weekend ain't going to be weekending. Okay? That's for real. Shit. That's motherfucking for real. So yeah, I make sure I raise my sons to know how to motherfucking run a house. They might not know how to stitch or sew or shit like that. They might not be the best cooks, but they can definitely clean your house. And when I go over to my son's house and I go and I walk up in there and I see their house, and I'll be like, oh my, it sure look good in here. It sure smell good in here. I love it. I love it. Little things like that goes a long way when you're raising your children. Just little things like that. But yeah, hey Rose Shaker, hey baby, how you doing? What up, Jay Banks? How you doing? What up, Jay Banks? How you doing? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see so many of y'all. You know, I have been lately doing like just pop-up lives, and so I know most of the time other people be live. But if y'all been watching me long enough, y'all know I always say I get in where I fit in. Because if I didn't learn nothing else from the old B sector days, if you continually wait for the airways to be free, for the airways to be silent, you will never go live. If you continually be like, oh, such and such a live, I don't want to go over there. Oh, such and such a live, I don't want to go live with them. Oh, such and such a live, I don't want to go. Shit, fuck that shit. Get in where you fit in. Who can't be in your chat? If they fuck with you like that, they will rewatch your replay. And if they don't, they don't. But don't be sitting here holding your content in and sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, especially when the streets is hot in the B sector. You can't just keep waiting till you can get a free airways. Just get out there and do your thug thizzle. That's all you got to do. Yep. You said I just dropped my Cash App on my birthday. That's it. See? A lot of people do that. They drop their Cash Apps on their birthdays, or, you know, even Christmas time. Sometimes people have, like I said the other day, sometimes people might have a Christmas wish list. They might have a like when I moved into my house years ago, I had like a housewarming wish list. I ain't gonna hold you. I had a housewarming wish list. People have things like that, a birthday wish list, a Christmas wish list. I think those are just for, you know, if people want to donate, if people want to buy. That's different than being on here 99% of the time begging. Ain't nothing wrong with giving your supporters opportunity to support you, because you know what? These bigger YouTubers, the one with the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, the million subscribers, oh, they subscribers, they be blessing them. They be blessing them, sending them shit, mailing them shit to their P.O. boxes. Some people really, really love their content creators and they support them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with giving your subscribers the opportunity to support you. Here's my Cash App if you want to donate. Here's my PayPal if you want to donate. Here's my P.O. box if you want to send me something. But it's the begging that be getting on people's nerves that's on here all motherfucking day. People just acting like your money belongs to them. It's hard out here for so many people. It's so fucking hard out here for so many people. And a lot of content creators be thinking your money belongs to them. And that's what people be talking about when we be talking about the begging. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why some people be like, damn, do you not got any help at home? Do you not got someone else there? Do you not got, because y'all still be begging a whole motherfucking lot. Shit. Anywho, all the men in my family can cook, clean, sew, wash dishes, everything. My mother told them to take care of themselves, and if their lady is sick or need help, that's right. That's right. Then you have to help. That's right. And ain't nothing like a man that can cook. Ain't nothing like a man if you sick or you pregnant and your feet swole up and your back hurt, and your man is over there cooking and cleaning and making sure the kids helping too. Y'all better clean the rooms for your mama. Get in here, sweep this floor. Y'all better let your mama rest. Let your mama rest. Them the type of niggas that I know from growing up. And a lot of times them type of niggas was out in the street. I grew up in an environment where niggas was in the street. Mainly the women were at home. You know what I'm saying? I just grew up in that environment. I grew up with hustlers in my family. Everybody hustled. The men, the kids, the teenagers. We always had a hustle. We always had a hustle. We have to make do with what we got, but we also have to get it how we get it a lot of the times. And it is what it is. But it's nothing like a hardworking man or somebody who at least tries to give their all to the household and do what they can. And like Jay Wilson said earlier, y'all saw what Jay Wilson said earlier. Don't let them lay you down if they can't help you get up. And on that note, you better know it. On that note, stay safe, be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye. Love you guys.